There's always time for blackberries.
So welcome to a new video here on the mountain hut on 1600 meters, or you know what, this should be also a bit of educational, so I will look up the factor for meters to feet. So meter times 3 is feet. It's quite simple, right? And feet divided by 3 is meters. That's quite easy. So we are on 1600 meters here. Yeah, let's say 5,000 feet here on the mountain hut. And as you can see, finally also with this solar panel. Maybe you ask how we got it up here. Yeah, I found a really smart donkey, I would say, or maybe not that smart. It was quite challenging, to be honest, on this single trail. We also carried up the battery box now, so everything is up here on the mountain hut. And now the final moment has come. So I have to connect the solar panel, the battery box, see if the inverter works, if everything works as expected. Okay, so let's start. And of course, before I carried up the box, I did a test down in the valley. Oh, welcome, Duna. So I did a test if everything is okay and the box is ready to carry it up. Okay, I'm ready for my hardcore test. I have this 1000 watts lamp connected to my inverter just to have a 1000 watt load on it. And then I have my thermometer here again, and I will just test the temperature of everything. So at the moment it's around 19 degrees. First of all, turn on the inverter. That's good. And then turn on the light. Usually it takes a while. Okay, now it's working. So let's have a look. Oh, that was our 100 amp protection here. Okay, that's interesting. That one is not warm at all. That one, yeah, also not really warm. Also the cables are fine. Okay, that tripped a bit early with 100 amps for the 1000 watts. Shouldn't be the case, because I pull around 80 watts or something. 800 watts. 80 amps. That's bad, because I just want to test the cabling, how it works. But so far, it's super cold. So I'm quite happy about that, but it's just the load that it's too high. Okay, but that was already a good test, at least. This one works. That's good to know, because then this one trips earlier than our main fuse. Turn it on again. Then I will see how long it takes until the fuse trips, the breaker trips. Okay. 10 seconds. 20 degrees. Oh, that was quite quick. Okay, so it's not really a 100 amp breaker, but I think it's a good setup, because we know that this one can't handle 1000 watts anyways, or not that long. So if we pull 800 watts or something like that, it should be completely fine with this breaker. Okay, so everything is ready now, connected. At least the main circuit is connected, and everything is ready now to test it with the solar panel. I have here already my solar cable. That's a proper solar rated cable, so it has this thick plastic cover around so that it's UV resistant. And the wire goes to my solar panel that I just put here roughly in the same angle as it will be then on the roof, to just measure how much we can get from the sun at the moment. So it's around 4 p.m. in September here. The sun is not that high, and we have already some clouds approaching, so I will have to hurry up to see what we can get in the afternoon when the sun is at this level. So for now I have connected the solar panel here to my breaker. Later it will be connected with our socket here with this connection, but for now, for the test, I have it connected here. I just quickly check the polarity, if the polarity is fine. So we have 40 volts, that's fine, and the negative one on this side, and I have marked all my negative cables with this black marker, so I know that's here negative, everything should work as expected, hopefully. First I have to turn on the breaker here so that the charge controller is ready, and hopefully this blue light will turn on. Yeah, so now this is working. So this is the breaker between the battery and the charge controller. So the charge controller is connected now, runs, and now I can connect the solar panel, and if everything is wired correctly, I should see the blue light here for bulk loading the battery. So let's try this. And the blue light is there. Great, awesome. Let's see. -7, 8, 10. That's quite good. What we're pushing to the battery. So let's have a look in the app what the app says. So 120 watts, that's really cool. So let's quickly check the settings and change the absorption voltage, because I don't want to charge the battery up to a full state of charge, because it's not very healthy for the battery and I don't need that much. So I think I will go for, I don't know, around 3.45 or something like that. And then when the absorption voltage is hit, it will just charge it for 2 more hours as it's specified here for the absorption time. And that should be quite okay for me. So 3.45 volts per cell times 4 for the whole pack is 30.8 volts for the whole pack. So let's quickly change that in the settings as the absorption voltage. So 13.8, and now the charger stops, or not stops, but charges just for 2 hours with this 13.8 volts. So 135 watts, I'm quite happy with that. I didn't expect that because the panel is even quite old and not new. So that's super nice, I guess, for our use case, and for the mountain hut it's completely sufficient. And as you can see here now, cloudy, quite cloudy, no direct sun. And then we are talking about 1.4 amps. So with cloudy weather we need around 125 hours to charge up the battery, which is quite a lot. Okay, while charging I want to do a quick test with my heat gun, 300 watts or something like that, 250, with my new cables, the 16mm cables to this small inverter here, just to see if everything is fine. I did the test with the 1000 watts lamp when I was still down, but the problem was that the breaker tripped quite quickly. So I will just quickly test if everything stays cool if I run that for 10 minutes or something like that, and then measure the temperature as well of the box. We're still charging with now 9 amps, that's quite okay. And now let's turn, okay, that was just the meter. Now let's turn on this heat gun here. So now we are pulling with 15 amps, 20 amps, So 20 amps is around, let me calculate, 240 watts. So 250 watts, I guess. And I will just quickly measure the temperature here. So the battery was inside of the hut, so it's around 14 degrees outside temperature. Here in the shade is 18 degrees. Battery terminal. It's still very cold. Also this fuse. Super cold batteries. They're colder now than before. Maybe. Okay, here that should be the area of the fan. So here we have 20 degrees now. Terminals was around 20. So that's fine. You see the cable. 15, 17. 20. So nothing is really hot. And now we are after around 20 minutes of running 300 watts through the circuit. So I'm quite happy with that, because when I did the load test with the inverter, that was super bad. The cables of the inverter, they were delivered. So if you have your own cables, I think you're super safe. So my next job is to wire up all the switches here and also the sockets. But I just found out that I don't have any yellow connections, and with this type, the female type here, I don't have yellow ones, and I need a yellow one because I want to use a 6mm cable here, or even 4mm. You need yellow ones for the solar panel, for example, and also for my main switch I want to use a 6mm cable like those, and I need yellow ones. And also here, as you can see, with these sockets, with these connections here, the gap in between is quite small, so I want to get fully insulated here. So I will do that tomorrow when I found yellow ones, and then set up the remaining parts, including the inverter, the shunt, including the shunt, because the cables, the wires are missing as well. The shunt is already there, but the cabling is missing. So I will set up all cabling for those things, including the step-up inverter for my 24 volts system. I will set up. Thanks for watching. I hope it was kind of helpful what I did here to test everything before I install it here on the mountain hut. I hope it was helpful. Please leave a thumbs up and also consider to subscribe to see my next videos, how I will finish the all-in-one box solution. And as always, thanks a lot for watching, and see you in my next video. Ciao.